quite obvious.
And what results are those?
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Haye, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. It's time for This Week in Boxing, where we give you the news, reviews and all the action from the past week. Let's start with last night's fights, and let's start in the UK with Tyrone Nurse versus Chris Jenkins. Haye, what do you think of the fight?
Well, I knew it was always going to be a competitive fight because these guys had a draw in their previous outing against each other. So I knew it was going to be tight. I think Tyrone Nurse, for all his skill and attributes, and believe in me, he is a very, very slick boxer, and I was tweeting this during the fight. He trades when he doesn't need to trade. You know what I mean? He almost gets stuck in. I don't know if that's male bravado or British bravado. Yeah. Always seems to get stuck in when, really and truly, and Glenn McCrory was alluding to in the fight, he's almost got this kind of American slick style move and, posture up. And then he got caught in the fifth hard. Yeah. Got put down, and then after that he thought, I'm going to trade. Yeah. And I don't think he had to. That could have been a lot wider if he just used his boxing skills, which he undoubtedly has.
So tell you the thing is, it's all looking good having being slick, but it's also being effective. So it's like he needs to get the balance between being slick but also being effective and not being open, because you're being slick and you're slipping shots and going around, but you actually got to land shots and actually make it work for you.
Agreed.
He makes it work. I'm not criticising him. He makes it work, but he can make it work better.
Yeah, I think he's had what, I can't remember, I think it was like 34 fights or something, 6 KOs. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah. So all that slick stuff is all well and good.
That says you're a boxer.
Yeah, that says you can't. No, that says you can't. You can't stop people coming in.
So don't go into trading.
Yeah, don't go into trade. You can't stop people coming in. Don't go into trading, and that's his problem. But I did say he's only 25 years old. This was for the British title. His father's his trainer. That could be a problem. I think it's a case of he needs to find a camp that teach him better fundamentals. Yeah. Because all that kind of slick Mayweather style is all very well and good. Sometimes you just need to have a high guard. Yeah. To have a high guard so you're not taking those shots. And I feel like he could take. I went on and said, look, he could go to European level, and then you never know. You get one of those intercontinental, international shit belts.
You get a ranking.
You get a ranking. You never know.
Also on the undercard we had Ryan Burnett versus Jason Booth.
Yeah, Jason too smooth. Booth.
Yeah.
He's about 50 right now.
Yeah, it's a funny fight for me. Really funny fight. Ryan Barnett's getting lots of plaudits, lots of credit. Let me say he's really, really good. He has a lot of potential. Last night, I felt that he just Booth old manned him and carried the fight. In a sense, whereas I think Ryan Burnett could have done more, could have got the stoppage, could have looked more impressive, but it's like he didn't know how to get through the gears with a seasoned operator who's way past his prime.
Yeah, but I look at it in another way as well. And that, okay, yes, he didn't get past him. Booth's still going to be tricky at that age. You're still going to look at this young kid coming up and think, well, I'm going to show him some stuff that he ain't seen before. Yeah. And I think he'll look at it and think, look, I'm British champion. I went 12 rounds for the first time, and you can never beat going 12 rounds. You said it as well. Your sparring will never be able to kind of replicate what you do in the ring. So I think going the 12 rounds is good. I think maybe getting a bit rid of that hype could help. So it's like, okay, you're not the finish article yet, and then you never know. That division is one of those where you can get a title shot very quick. So he'll go home and think, yes, I didn't get the stoppage, but at the end of the day, I faced a seasoned, tricky vet. I tell you something now, and I mean, we cover boxing. I didn't even know Jason Too Smooth was still boxing. Yeah, didn't know he was still boxing. Did you? Nah, didn't know he was still boxing. I'll be honest.
Let's be fair. When I came to your house last night, what did I say?
I can't remember. You said something about. Yeah, listen, is that Jason Booth or something?
Yeah. Let's go to Germany.
No, that's all Brian Rose's fault.
Oh yes.
Yeah, remember.
Yeah. That shows you how. Okay, how they go ahead.
Yeah, so Brian Rose fought. People might remember that Brian Rose had this kind of back and forth with Carson Jones. I think one was a draw. No, he lost.
No, he lost the first one.
First round, and then the second fight was a close fight, but he won. They gave it to him, 117, 111, a couple of scorecards. So yesterday was his first fight. Everyone was like, well, where's Brian Rose been? No, where's Brian Rose? I think yesterday was his first fight at 160. Yeah. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, if you've won your last fight and you've then gone up to 160, I don't understand this 8-round, 6-round business. I'll be honest with you. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't like any top pro unless you're coming off a huge layoff. I don't understand this 8-round business. You know what I mean? And then I think the guy's record, I think I told Ryan as he coming, the guy he fought was like, could be wrong, but it was something like 16 wins, 46 losses, or something like that.
16.
Something like 16, 36, 16, 40. But regardless, he had the worst loss record I've ever seen. So basically, he's fighting a journeyman. This is a guy that a year and a half ago fought for a world title.
Worst loss record you've seen on TV.
Worst record, yeah, like I've seen on TV. Do you know what I mean? This is a guy that a year and a half ago everyone was high on and thought boo-boo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And what's happened?
Here's the problem. The problem is that when you have a large stable of fighters, you've got to fill people in for contractual obligations as well. So, not defending the fight, not defending the opponent, but sometimes you've got to find that marketing and scheduling. I've got to give this guy 3 fights this year. I can't get no marquee name.
Yeah.
I've only got 20 Sky dates.
Yeah. The marquee name costs too much.
The marquee name costs too much. We've got this bloody big car with AJ and everyone coming down the line. We lost money on the Kell Brook fight that didn't go ahead. Slide him in right there.
What can you do at middleweight?
Not a lot. So to the problem, middle. No, let me get it right. It's not that the middle division is stacked. I just think if you struggle with Carson Jones, you're gonna struggle with the middle contenders.
Yeah.
Now, the Carson Jones that gave Kell Brook problems was an unfinished product of Kell Brook. It wasn't the Kell Brook that beat Sean Porter. And we're talking about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Is that how long ago that was? Bloody hell.
A couple years ago.
And it must have been Carl Brooks. Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Right? The Carson Jones that is fighting now seems like you mentioned before, he has a British passport. He comes for the payday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't think he's got a lot to offer the middleweights. Domestically yes.
No, domestically no.
No, domestically yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he could hang around the domestic guys.
Who?
No, not the world class guys. The domestic guys, just the general guys like
What, like Nick Blackwell?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
No, he doesn't. But obviously he's not hitting world class.
You know.
Let's go to Germany. And let's go to Arthur Abraham, Martin Murray.
Sky effed that up, by the way.
I don't know with the scheduling messed up. I don't think. Obviously, it jumped right and it went live.
No, it wasn't live at all.
It wasn't live.
I think we maybe caught up with it live by around 4.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the ring, every time he went back to the corner, the round started again.
Yeah. Martin Murray is going to be known as a nearly man. Nearly. Again, he goes away again, gets another split decision.
Yeah.
In a fight that it was close, but I don't think he won. Martin Murray had spots in that fight where he seemed like he hurt Abraham maybe 3 or 4 times, legitimately hurt Abraham, and then he just didn't know he didn't capitalize on it. He fought at Abraham's level. He let Abraham sit on the ropes with his hands high and kind of pity patted him with shots, and like the shots he was landing, in my opinion, were not even type of scoring shots, because it was kind of like just a flurry on you, but you weren't trying to go for the kill.
Yeah, he's gonna look at the tape. I don't know if he looks at tapes of fights. Some people do, some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people just think, "Now I've lost." But if he does look at the tape, it was round 7 when he wobbled Abraham, and I haven't seen Abraham wobbled, by the way, for a very long time. To the point where he's wobbled. Maybe he got wobbled against Stiglitz actually, but
he hurt Abraham twice, to the head and to the body.
Yeah, and I feel like there was the time there when we were watching together, and I jumped up. I was like, "This is it!
Yeah,
stop! Go on!" And then he went and done, boom, boom.
Yeah,
and I thought, "Oh, they're not power shots."
Yeah,
and I think even the commentators were like, "This is it! You've got to capitalize." And he just didn't seem to know how to capitalize, or was almost scared to take a risk to capitalize. And you're away from home. Those are your chances. Those are your chances.
I mentioned it in our pre-fight videos that Murray always fights to the level of his opponent. When Abraham turned up for a little bit, he turned up for a little bit. When Abraham went to a show and started backpedaling, Murray just kind of followed him around the ring a little bit, and then he was throwing shots, and like especially there's a few times where Murray seemed to be the more forward-thinking fighter, but those spaces were far and few between.
I think this one though he'll be most disappointed with. I think Golovkin is almost like a free swing, in the sense that no one expects you to win. You're nowhere near favourite, so that's almost like whatever. Martinez, you're going to Argentina, that's tough.
Yeah.
And I think the Stern one came too early. Even though it was a very good performance and I thought he won that fight, it came too early. He was very inexperienced. He didn't know what to do. Yeah. This one, he'll look at it and think, I've got all the tools now. I've had 3 world title fights against legit Hall of Famers, as you said. I've been in those tough fights. I've got the experience. I know exactly how to do this.
Yeah.
And I think you'll look back at that and think, I didn't use all my attributes to win this fight. All the experience I've gained from Martinez, Golovkin, Sturm, and the other fights, I didn't use it. Yeah. I did not use it because no way someone's going to tell me this fight is tougher than Golovkin, or tougher than fighting in what 45,000 in Martinez's hometown. Yeah. He messed up on this one, big time for me.
But this is what I'm trying to say though. Let's be honest. If you look at Martin Murray's fights and you say he won this fight, and someone will say, okay, get it right. Every boxing fan out there who watched all the Martin Murray fights might have given him 1 victory out of the 4. Yeah?
Yeah.
You can never ever say that every time he was robbed. Yeah. Every time it was Germany. Every time it was someone else's fault. Every time it was this. Every time it was that.
Yeah, he's got to look at himself and think, maybe the way in which I'm trying to win these fights isn't working.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe I've got to do something a bit different, and I feel like he didn't turn it up enough again. He just didn't turn it up enough.
Can Matchroom get him another world title shot? Number 5.
I said this to you. I said he's going to struggle. I said, what does he do next?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how are you going to... It's not whether you can get another title fight. It's how you sell the fans convincing enough to pay for the money to travel and watching, because you're thinking, he ain't going to do it this time, is he, again? Do you know what I mean? And you look around, you look at the scene of middleweights, super middleweights, or maybe if he wants to come back down, I don't know, super middleweights, and you think, he's not going to get the Badou Jack one. No. The best chance is James DeGale because they're both Matchroom, but I think James DeGale beats him pretty easy.
James can beat him.
So I don't know what you do. I mean, do you go back to European level? Does he fight? What do you do?
The thing about I'm genuinely confused for him.
Yeah.
In like you said, where does he go? What does he do? He must be watching that fight right now and thinking, boy, it's a tough one for him.
I did say though, I mean, a lot of people go to this Germany and think, I want Paul Smith said it, I want Abraham's belt. I can't beat, what did Paul Smith say again? I can't beat Ward and Froch. I think something along those lines, but I think I can beat Abraham. Abraham
is no joke.
Abraham must look really bad on TV, because when I watch him, I think that's a big guy. I think that's a big guy who does. And we spoke about this off camera yesterday, where he knows what his limitations are. Yeah. He knows I haven't got the best foot movement, but I'm gonna turtle up and then I'm gonna spring on you. Yeah. And no one seems to know how to stop it.
No, you don't. There were certain times in the fight where Abraham was like resting on the ropes and put his hands on. I think it was early round and shaking his arms like come to you. Let's do this now. It's like later rounds he had to fight harder.
Yeah.
But it's like he's always in first or second gear, and these guys don't have to get him out of second gear.
I'd like GGG to go up and take that belt. I'd like to see that fight, you know. I'd really like to see GGG versus Arthur Abraham. I would like to see if GGG can get him out of this comfort zone and make him go crazy a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's a good fight. I think
GGG will punch for that guard. He will try to and go straight through. See,
that's what I think will make it an interesting fight. And GGG will look at that and think, I could be 2-weight world champion. Yeah? He's not going to get Alvarez. We know that. He's not going to get Cotto. Yeah. I'll move up and go GGG. No, I mean Abraham.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So again, like I said, it's like when you could punch someone while they're defending, but you got to actually try to actively punch through the guard and get round those hands. Murray tried with the hooks, but with the jab, it's kind of like, I'm just going to hit you on the front here and be comfortable. You got to actually go with some force and say, look, I'm going to try take your head off through the guard.
I'm going to ram through that guard.
That guy's not going to help you.
Like Carl Froch did. Basically, I'm going to put power punches in, or I'm going to be so slick and skillful, you're going to be dazzled and amazed. And I think these guys right now are just almost playing into his game, where he has no fear against the likes of Paul Smith. He has no fear about their power. He looks at them like, you guys are the small middleweights that are trying to hit me. And I feel like, it's like, all right, hit me, bang, bang, bang.
And like, regardless if Abraham was a middleweight before, he's clearly not a middleweight now.
How bigger did he look, by the way?
So much bigger, so much stronger. Abraham's been a super middleweight now for what? 6 years?
Must be 6 years.
7 years?
He's definitely grown into that weight.
Yeah, definitely grown into the weight. You know what I mean? And if you look at the size of him in terms of body development, if he was taller, he would go 175.
Yeah, because he's got a big frame.
He's a huge frame. But he just doesn't have the height.
I like Abraham. I like those guys that don't hype, don't talk, just fight.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the main event last night in the UK. Anthony Crolla versus Darlis Perez. I said I wanted a good story for the end of the year. I said I wanted Crolla to win. I thought Perez was the better fighter, but I said I want Crolla to win. As much as I wanted Crolla to win, I think no one expected the way he was going to win last night. Congratulations, Anthony Crolla.
Big congratulations, Anthony Crolla. I did say that on our preview, I said Crolla needs to step up 10-15%, and Darlis Perez will step up 10-15%, and then we have a good fight. One of them stepped up 20-30%, and the other one looks stale.
Yeah.
They showed pre-fight as I think. Who was fighting? Yeah, so when Ryan Burnett was fighting, they showed Crolla in the changing room. I mean, so not Crolla, Perez in the changing room. This is before he came to the house.
Yeah.
Perez was sitting on the sofa like that, waiting for the fight. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say he should be on the pads.
Yeah.
He looked like, it's hard to explain. I was thinking, is this guy fighting for a world title? Like, there's relaxed and there's relaxed. You see some guys, and it's Lewis, always used to have headphones on and sleep.
Yeah,
So that was his thing.
Yeah.
But Perez was just like that, and he saw the camera and he was, and I was thinking, nah, you've lost this, ain't you, kid?
Yeah.
Like, you've obviously lost this fight already. And Crolla was just tuned in. Very quickly. One also thing that Jamie Moore said in like a preview for this fight, he did talk about what we spoke about with the injuries. And he did say that this will be Crolla with a full training camp without injuries. Yeah. Because before, no matter what he said in terms of boxing saying I'm in the best shape of my life, you couldn't have been. Now he clearly was. And look, I'll be honest with you, that was probably up there with Flanagan, which is strange, the two 135 guys, in terms of the best performance I've seen this year. In terms of devastating, didn't expect it.
Yeah. I said to Ade in round 3 or 4 that Perez's jab is lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was throwing his jab and it was leaving him open for counters. Yeah. And Cotto was capitalising early. Yeah. And I never saw a stoppage coming. Oh. Even though Cotto was capitalising on Perez's mistakes. But Perez, he seemed shocked by Crolla. Like, wait a minute, this guy's actually fighting as fierce as the first fight. He's already warmed up. He's already, and Perez seemed confused again. I don't know what Crolla's done in the past year, 18 months, but he's upped his game so much that he looks like a different fighter.
It's the case of he's in a winning gym right now. I mean, you got Scott Quigg, you got Callum Smith. Yeah. I mean, Stephen Smith's in that gym. Liam Smith's in the gym. World champions. You know what I mean? You've got all of them. You know, Scotty Cardle, British champion. So it's a winning gym, and I think winning just breeds winning. Yeah. And I feel like Scott Quigg was ringside of him. I think he was one of the part of the training team. So I feel like that could take your level just another 10 or 15%, just that alone. And I feel like it's like it's almost like competition. There's little rivalries there. So I think that's helping him. But regardless, no one look. I saw that a few of the preview pointers, and people were saying, he's going to win, but no one said he's stopping him.
No way, yeah.
No one said he's stopping him. People said it'll be a close fight and he'll win a split decision or a close decision. That right there almost sets up, obviously they're talking about Kevin Mitchell, probably Kevin Mitchell fights him in sort of February, March. That'll be a good fight. You think Kevin Mitchell beats him, you said, didn't you?
Yeah. As much as I like Crolla right now, I think Kevin Mitchell has been our best lightweight for a long time. I think Kevin Mitchell's problem was motivation.
Ricky Burns?
No. Kevin Mitchell's problem was motivation. He always said, I'm trying to say, he was out drinking, he was living the party life, he was doing things and he worked. But when Mitchell puts it together, he always puts on the best overall boxing performances.
Let's just hope politics don't get involved in this, because the way I see it, we've got Derry Matthews, who should have been fighting for this title. Let's not forget that ages ago. Yeah. We've got obviously now we've got Luke Campbell in the division, Scotty Cardle who's below them, but he's in the division as well. Kevin Mitchell, Derry Matthews. There's so many people in this division. Let's hope that. Obviously, those guys are on Box Nation side, those guys are on Matchroom side. Let's hope we can get some fights, because I want to see Kevin Mitchell versus, Derry Matthews. I want to see these kind of matchups, you know what I mean? And I don't think we're going to get them.
I'll tell you what, honestly and truly, the UK scene with
lightweights
is great. The UK scene with lightweights is great, but the UK scene with Matchroom and Frank Warren is literally like PBC and Bob Top Rank.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Yeah. Frank will not put none of his guys on a rival promotion, especially one of his world titleists, where he's got Box Nation. Okay. And likewise, Eddie won't put none of his marquee guys on the Frank Warren show, Box Nation, while he's got his Sky contract. It's just not going to happen. They won't, merge it. Okay, let's go to the US, and let's go with
US of A.
Our new world champion.
Yeah.
Lee Haskins. Randy Caballero.
Yes.
Did not make weight.
Yes. Was not near.
Not half a pound. Not a pound. Then you can come back in an hour. 5.5 pounds overweight. Did he even try?
Something must have gone wrong, because he does seem. I actually thought, let me just go and see his last few weigh-ins, and he's not one of those serial don't make weight guys. He's not a bloody Julio Chavez. Julio what? Julio Cesar Chavez
Jr. I don't get. Okay, you're not gonna make weight. You're struggling. obviously there was some talk beforehand that he might not make weight, as in he's struggling at the weight class. 5.5 pounds is not struggling at the weight class. 5.5 pounds is I'm not making weight.
I just think that Caballero, looking at it from that kind of, I feel like he probably got down to close. You know, where you're 2 or 3 pounds off, and then the body just shuts down. And I can't drop no more. Do you know what I mean? Maybe just had a shutdown, and then it came into the weigh-ins, and then what was it? 5.5 pounds. So look, I like the way Lee Haskins is a professional. To be fair, for me, even so, I'd like to, it's good that Lee Haskins still made the weight. Do you know what I mean? So he gets his show money, which I hope is real, and he's now an IBF champion.
Yeah, by making the weight, he gets the belt. I'm just saying that Caballero's camp should have notified someone senior way before the weigh-in. Know what I mean? Because that's it. Saying there might be a problem saying he can't make weight is 2 different things.
A lot of people, and I think a lot of people said, "Oh, Lee Haskins is going to be upset," and blah blah. And maybe so. I think the fans that travelled and paid good money would be upset. But if I'm Lee Haskins, look, I'll be honest with you, I had Lee Haskins losing that fight if they both made weight. I had Lee Haskins losing the fight, and so to me, he loses the fight. He's not a world champion, and big paydays are gone. If I'm Lee Haskins, though, yes, I wanted to fight in Vegas, but the way I see it, you're now a world champ.
And that guarantees some paydays.
Guarantees you at least 2 more big paydays. You get voluntary, so take someone easy, and then you get mandatory. That's 2 big paydays. Don't complain.
One thing I will say, it's not been confirmed yet, is he going to keep the title? Or because you know, December might say, guess what, you have to do the eliminate or something. So they've elevated him right now because obviously he didn't make the weight. But are they actually going to keep him as their titleist?
I think they will because he was interim. If he wasn't interim, then I think no. You know what I mean? When someone loses the title on the scales, but we've seen it before. People do lose title on the scales. I think they will keep him, and I think I hope he does.
I hope they do, but the sanctioning bodies do make some bloody silly decisions sometimes.
We'll talk about.
All right then, let's go to the undercard. Let's go with Rigondeaux versus.
Is it Rigondeaux or Rigondeaux? You say Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux.
Don't say same thing. Don't say same thing. Don't say same thing.
I'm about to say I can't pronounce it, so I'll just pronounce it the way it reads or the way it sounds.
Yeah,
when people say it.
I'll say Rigondeaux.
Oh, there you go. You see,
Rigondeaux. Yeah.
And who the guy you thought? What was the guy's name again?
No idea.
All right then.
Can't lie to you guys. I've absolutely not got a clue. All I know is he's from the Philippines.
I'm happy Rigo got a fight. I'm also happy that he got a win. Because it'd been a shame for him to, come back after a long layoff without his titles and lose. Yes, it was a short notice fight.
Yes,
he's rusty.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna blame him too much. But when you're in the situation you're in right now, obviously now he has got the Rock Nation contract.
Oh, he's got the contract.
Yeah,
he's got a contract.
Yeah, well, the article I read saying fight of his Rock Nation deal. Yeah.
Well, they haven't got fighters, so I can understand why. Really.
I wanted more from him. He put on a performance last night that will only hurt him. It wasn't a good performance.
It was a good performance.
No. He won and he outboxed, but in terms of the entertainment value.
Yeah. You know what though? Who said? I can't remember who said it. Who said something? Bernard Hopkins. Yeah. But they asked Bernard Hopkins, your guy, pre-fight, they asked him about Rigondeaux and his style, and Hopkins says, look, it takes 2 to tango.
Nah, it does.
You need a dance partner to become great. Yeah. Win or lose, you need a very good dance partner. I don't think they're giving him good dance partners. You give him someone that's going to push him.
The good dance partners don't want to fight him.
Exactly. So, all very well, people, I saw loads of tweets yesterday, loads, and I tweeted back saying Rigondeaux is too good for his own good. Yeah. In the sense that, give him a dance, give him Lamenchenko at the catchweight, I agree with you now, and let them 2 dance. Yeah. And then we'll see how good Rigondeaux is. If you don't give people these dance partners, you can only... Boxing's a fight, it's 2 people. Yeah. You can only look as good as the person that you're opposing.
No, I'm not saying it's true because I didn't see it personally, but they were saying people were walking out of the arena for his fight.
People were booing. And you know why they were booing? Because there's a lot of casual fans because of Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Yeah. It bring a lot of casual fans and a lot, as well as obviously Puerto Rico, Mexico, they want wars, don't they? Yeah. And a lot of the casual fans won't appreciate that style of boxing. No, I get that.
Rigo, in terms of what he does in the ring, is amazing. Yes. Yeah. As a boxing fan, I like it. I appreciate it. It's same like Floyd Mayweather. I watch it and I go like, wow, that's boxing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not criticizing him as a thing, but I think so. When you're in a bad situation the way Rigo is, you need to put that little extra in to try and, you know, look impressive.
I think people need to watch a Mayweather fight. I'm not trying to say there are quite similar actually in style. Watch a Mayweather fight without the 24/7s, without the trash talk.
Oh yeah.
And it's Rigondeaux. To an extent, it's Rigondeaux. Do you know what I mean? I think if Rigondeaux was English speaking, you know, done all the 24/7, hey, what? You'd be talking £1 million pay-per-view buys. Yeah. Because he does none of that and he can't speak English and he goes in and puts in that performance. It's, oh my god, it's so boring. And man, give him a dance partner.
For Rigo's stature, all the Olympic, all the amateur medals and accolades he's got, his former world titles he had, where he is in the sport, he should be main eventing. But he's not. He's undercard. He's not an undercard. He's the card for the undercard.
Yeah,
that's not a good situation. Boxing is a business. I hate saying this because obviously I like the fights more than the business. I mean, I want the fights. I don't care about the business, really, to be honest. But boxing is a business, and for someone like him to be where he is right now, whereas how is he going to justify his pay packets? I'm not saying that as a criticism.
I don't know what kind of pay packet he's getting. To be honest, I think he's on low ball money right now.
I saw something last night and read something along the lines of he's asking for 1.5 for what is his contractual minimum, whatever it is, and he's not going to get that.
What, for the 3 or 4 fight deal or for a per fight?
Per fight.
Get the fuck out of it. Like I said, and I'm going to loop back to Haskins said it takes 2 to tango.
Yeah.
Give him a dance partner.
Yeah.
Give him someone to work with. For all the top names that we mentioned, when we say Hagler, we say Hearns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we say Leonard, we say Duran.
Yeah.
All these without Hagler and Hearns. So without Hearns, there's no Hagler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Without Duran, there's no Leonard.
Yeah.
These all guys had dance partners. Do you know what I mean? It made them special. Win or lose, it made them special.
Yeah.
This guy needs a dance partner, and he can't do it all himself. You know what I mean? I feel like he's gonna struggle. For as much as we like Mayweather, we'll take the Oscar De La Hoya fight out. There's no Mayweather. Do you know what I mean? Even Mayweather need that big one.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a big one. I feel like they're not giving him. They tried to give him Danair. He smoked him.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's boring because he smoked your guy Bob Arum.
Yeah. All right, then let's go with the main event, and you're looking at the owner and winner of a bottle of single barrel Jack Daniels, and I think Addy's going to get my
I will get you the real thing. I will get you the real thing. No, well done. You know, all fair in love and war. One of us had to win, one of us had to lose.
Right.
I can take it.
I'll be fair. Before we start with the fight, I'll be fair. This single barrel Jack Daniels, it's 1-1 now.
It's 1-1. It's 1-all.
It's 1-all.
So you know what the big one is, isn't it?
So I think we do Quigg Frampton.
Yeah. That's the big one. That is the big one.
And then we see. I won't brag too much about it, but we'll wait and see who gets one up.
Yeah.
For Quigg Frampton.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, trust me, I'll be sipping that this week.
Well done.
All right then. Let's go with the fight.
I'll tell you something now, very quickly, before you break it down. Couple of things. It won't do 1 million pay-per-view buys. I'll tell you that now. Fact. Won't do it. The weigh-in was poor. I'm not trying to say I've missed Mayweather, but I do, because those weigh-ins used to be like a story in itself. It's like, oh my god, the weigh-in 5,000, 10,000, whatever thousand. They look like big events. This weigh-in looks weak. In terms of Golden Boy and Rock Nation, in terms of where they are, I said that they need to do something, because PBC is just going to take the boxing market. Because the whole setup, the whole everything just looked weak.
Yeah.
It didn't look like I wasn't watching this a whole build up for this and thinking this is a big event.
Nah.
I didn't even watch the 24/7s.
I watched one edition, the first one.
Didn't watch. See, and normally that's a staple. Normally we watch it like 24/7s are on. Cotto Canelo.
No.
I just didn't feel like this was a big event for what it was.
Let's go to the fight. We didn't get the war we expected. What we got was a boxing match.
Got a good
fight, yeah. I don't want to say I was right in my prediction, but this Canelo fought like the bigger guy. You know what I'm trying to say? He didn't use his size as in I'm the bigger guy, but he kind of stood his ground, and I think that was the difference in the fight.
Yeah, Canelo definitely landed.
Yeah.
I think the scorecards are ridiculous.
Canelo landed the bigger, cleaner shots.
Yeah, Cotto didn't really land as much. Especially didn't attack the body like I thought he was going to attack the body as well. Cotto just, I dare say Cotto outboxed him a bit as well, which I didn't like.
I wouldn't say out. They boxed together.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he outboxed him.
Okay.
So I tell you, I think the way the fight was laid out obviously we were expecting a war. I think Froch and Cotto expected Canelo to rush, and when he rushes them, then they're gonna open up. Cotto's been throwing shorter combinations, but let's be fair, very very good combinations recently. Yeah, and Cotto's obviously works for the body because Canelo opted to seem to box and just stand his kind of ground a little bit. It took Cotto's camp off their game plan. They were waiting for that moment to capitalize, and they never got it.
Does it? And I'm not skipping over the fight. We can go back and everyone's watched the fight, so there's no point really giving us much of a post-fight, guys. Does it affect this so-called Mayweather 50th fight now in May, in terms of the names,
of course,
the star names coming out? Like, who if Mayweather is coming back, who's he coming back to fight?
Okay, as it stands right now, I don't think you could sell Canelo versus Mayweather. The first fight a couple years ago was so one-sided, it couldn't work. The Cotto fight was competitive, and Cotto was still with Pedro Diaz back at the time.
This new Cotto with Roach.
Yeah, so it could have sold. I don't think there's no benefit. Canelo's the middleweight champion, and you get my point in a minute, and he's a champion with no A side. Yeah, because he can't get the Mayweather fight. He's not gonna fight the GGG, and he's saying he's fighting at 51-55. So you basically taking out all the guys, the top guys you can fight. You're not gonna fight. Know what I mean? So I don't know where it leaves Canelo.
Nah, I mean you don't know where it leaves. Leaves him as champion.
Leaves him as champion, but who's he gonna fight?
Doesn't matter. He's the A side. He's the A side right now. He's the new pay-per-view star that Golden Boy want. So I think right now for them, it's whoever.
Do you think that performance is a pay-per-view performance?
What do you mean pay-per-view performance?
You're saying he's the new pay-per-view star. Do you think they can market him now as a pay-per-view fighter going forward, as the way all Mayweather fights were pay-per-view? In a different way. I mean, I think they've just got to draw it back a bit and be realistic.
Where Mayweather, the standard was 1 million pay-per-view buys, they've got to say, Canelo, 300,000, 500 is the target. Do you know what I mean? They can't look at it like 1 million. Like Mayweather's like 1 million. You've got to do 1 million. You've got to do 1 million. I think Canelo, you've got to kind of take it back, thinking that he's only going to get the Mexican market, really, and then he might get a sprinkle of US and out overseas. So I think they can make him a pay-per-view star. But again, dance partners. I said it. Where are the dance partners?
Listen,
and I look at middleweight. Who else is at middleweight?
Okay, you're
minus GG.
Okay, minus GG. Let's go to be honest. We got Quillen and Jacobs. They're the main two. They're going to be fighting shortly. You got Andy Lee and Big Joe. So those. Let's be fair. Those are the main guys right now that are floating around.
And Christian Jr.
Now those guys is coming down to 155 or 156. Yeah. No. So again, you got a guy, Canelo, who is the lineal middleweight champion and the WBC champion, which we'll get to shortly. Just can't defend against the other peers. He's the A side, and he's the champion, and he's got. And I'm trying to say, and he's got a WBC belt. But where does he really go?
Let's talk about his statement that he made after the fight, when they asked him clearly, GG's ringside. Is that a fight you want? His answer was, "I'm the champion. Unless GG comes down to my weight." So I'm confused what weight this is. The fight's not happening.
This is what I'm trying to say. Now the WBC. For mandatories, it's for 160. If it's a voluntary, then you can do a catch weight. If this fight is mandated the way WBC say it is, and the reason why, and WBC should enforce it because they stripped Cotto for not following their mandate, basically, the fight has to take place at 160. Canelo doesn't want to do it at that weight. Golden Boy are not going to put their only star product. After what they saw what he done to Lemieux, they're not going to put their only star product in with him.
We have a problem.
Right now, we have a real problem. This is what I'm trying to say. Canelo's the A side, but he has no direction.
I love what Cotto said when they asked Cotto about the belts after the fight, about being stripped. And Cotto's answer was, this organisation wants to take money from everyone and have 4 champions, i.e. interim, regular, super, and I'm guessing he's meaning silver. Very, very true. Why are WBC allowed to pay? Why are people paying sanctioning fees to this fraudulent company? And they have 4 champions. Okay, let's carry on where you are right now, but let's stop from the fight and go into the review of the week. Yes. And let's stick with this subject right now, because it's part of the whole story now. Yes. The WBC wanted Cotto to pay 1.1 million out of his purse for this fight. Seriously. Okay, they wanted $800,000 and $300,000. Alright, so let's excuse my language, and I'm trying to say it's a effing joke. Okay. So the WBC wanted $800,000 for GGG. As a step aside money. Okay. Well, they didn't get that money all to GGG. No. Or was WBC going to take their cut? Take their cut, 100%. Cotto said he will pay GGG's camp £125,000. Yeah. The WBC say, oh, that's too low. Let's negotiate. Let's come find somewhere in the middle.
let's make it 500,000, let's make it 400,000, let's make it negotiate. No, it's my way or the highway. Yeah, I don't care who you are or what your pay packet is. You cannot give the sanctioning body 1.1 million.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. And for boxing, that hurts the sport, because if you do that, they will do it again.
Yeah, I'm with Cotto massively.
Of course I am.
I think it's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
It's an absolute disgrace. Like, people might say, yeah, but he's earning 20 million. I don't care if he's earning 20 million. He's earning 20 million because of his hard bloody work. Do you know what I mean? It's hard work over a career of 17 years, and he gets paid 20 million. You no way do you pay a sanctioning fee 1.1 million on the day of a fight.
Okay, let's
take the belt. And what did he say? He said, with that money, I can buy another belt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I can buy another belt.
Yeah.
Take that belt.
So here's the joke now. GAG's already been offered and be told you're mandatory, you're next. So GAG's already happy to get whoever fight next, whoever it's going to be,
and get that belt.
Regardless if they fight or not, that was the agreement to have. Yeah. So the WBC enforcing £800,000 is rubbish. Now let's stick with the sanctioning belts right now, yeah. And this one I'm trying to
see a picture for Joseph Parker.
That's what I'm about to say right now.
See the picture.
I like Joseph Parker. Yeah. I've been talking about Joseph Parker for
Anthony Lever, who is Matchroom's media guy, matchmaker, whatever. He liked the photo, then removed his like very quickly. Yeah. Because I think he probably I shouldn't like that photo, but he liked that photo. That's what he did.
Yeah. I like Joseph Parker.
Yeah. Name me one of them belts.
No joke. He had about 8 titles. I think it was 7 or 8 belts he had around him. This is what I'm trying to say about the sanctioning bodies, where they're abusing the sport. And it sticks into the same thing with Cotto. We're talking about Cotto, yeah? You're taking fights, you're taking money off fighters, you're giving people random belts and silly belts, and I'm trying to say, yeah? What did that tell? What did that tell boxing fans? What did that tell people? You see him standing there, and as a fighter, he'll be happy to collect all those belts for his trophy case in the future.
Yes.
But in terms of the actual sport and the development, what did that tell the sport?
Yeah, no, it's a disgrace. Those belts were just—they're actually quite embarrassing.
Give me a second division football team.
Leighton Orient.
Leighton Orient.
Yes.
Can you imagine if Leighton Orient came on TV right now and they had like 15 trophies and cups
for the season.
Around them for the season?
Yeah. What's that?
And you'd be like, what did you win?
Yeah. And this is why I don't want British boxing to be spoiled, and it's getting that way now. But I used to love the old school British boxing way, which was British champion. I knew what that belt looked like. Yeah. European champion, the blue stripe, I knew what that looked like. And Commonwealth champion. Yeah. And then you go on for world honours. All these other new belts, kid you not, Joseph Parker, I think one of them is African heavyweight champion. He's from New Zealand. It's crazy.
Okay, I'm going to mention 2 of our greatest fighters of our era.
Yes.
Roy Jones.
Yes.
And Bernard Hopkins.
Yes.
They both had pictures similar to that one.
That's the thing.
If you were to put those pictures all together, 3 of them, and go to the average boxing fan and say, oh, look at all these great champions. They'll go, yeah, look at all those belts they got. They were so good fighters. Yeah. And you're like, no, that guy is a world champion. That guy is a world champion. This guy is a prospect who's only had 14 fights.
No, it's a disgrace.
What he has right now.
It's a disgrace, honestly, it's a disgrace.
It's a joke.
And he might like them, but then he'll look at his bank account and think, I'm short here a few $100,000. That's because you're paying sanctioning fees for all those dodgy belts.
The value in the belts is by us talking about it and fighters having it, and they're saying for the WBA, for the WBC, for the IBF, that's the value. You take the value away from it and you just put good fights, those belts mean nothing.
I've said this, and I said to, I wasn't arguing with someone on Twitter, but me and him were going back, but I said, belts to the elite fighters, and I went to the word elite, mean nothing.
Yeah.
They care about the money fights. Yeah. Belt means nothing. Like Cotto Canelo yesterday could have been for no belt, I don't care. It's almost like Lara and Canelo, when Canelo says, I'm not paying the sanctioning fees either, kind of thing. Boxers need to stand up and say, I'm not paying the sanctioning fees. And then we can scrap. They need to scrap regular, interim, silver, international. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. I don't care if it puts you up into boxing places. Get rid of them. They're just a disgrace to boxing right now, because people are walking around in the ring with belts and people are thinking they're world champions and they're not. I said it to you when Crolla won yesterday, and it's no taking away from Crolla, because Crolla's a world champion and he's a legit world champion, I think. But I said to you yesterday, it didn't have that feel of someone just won a world title, did it? No, did it? You know when Froch beat Bute? Yeah. And you know it was for a legit belt, because Bute was the man. Yeah. And Froch smashed him. You almost felt like, oh my God, Froch is the new, I didn't feel, or when De Gale beat Darrell. Yeah. Some belts feel like world title fights, and some belts right now feel like, let's move on. What else you got? In that
let's stick with right now with Golden Boy, we'll do part of the subject as well. So last week we talked about Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, commenting on Mayweather and trying to decredit him.
Yes.
Now this week, Oscar done an interview with Radio Raheem, and
he's good, you know.
yeah, he is really. Yeah, I like him.
He's pretty good.
And apologised and said, let's work together. Let's, truce. We don't have to be friends, but let's have this truce and whatever and blah blah. And Oscar looked a little bit emotional when he said it. And then after that, Radio Raheem and Oscar walked off. Oscar's doing that same thing he'd done a few years ago when he was on substance abuse. Flipping his story. 1 week is this thing, one thing on that thing. One thing on this week, one thing on that week. I'm trying to say, yeah? Now, I'm not trying to say he's doing that stuff again. I'm just saying though, why say something 1 week just to backtrack the following week? If you don't mean what you're going to say, if you can't stand up to your words, if you can't do what you want to do, don't say it in the first place, or just stick to your guns.
He's human. He's human. We all do it. He's not perfect.
He's done a huge article. When you read the article,
oh, yeah,
he's done it and he's regretted it. At the end of the day, Oscar's a grown man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar, when he done this article, he clearly said what he wanted to say. He clearly vented his feelings at that time. Then why do something that broad just to backtrack a week later? I'm saying that you should think before you speak.
No. I like the fact that we've got a guy here, yeah, who is top of the tree in his profession. Yeah. Look, who doesn't want to know what Al Heyman's thinking? Al Heyman won't do a tweet out, and it's almost got to a stage where it's quite boring. I like the fact that we've got it's refreshing. It's almost like Dana White in a sense. It's refreshing when we've got a chief exec, a top exec, showing feelings, showing emotion. It could be a robot and not tweet anything, and it almost becomes, oh, what's going on, man? What's Oscar talking? He could not talk, but I like the fact that we've got a promoter here that's actually a bit open with his feelings and lets it all out. And for us, it's good TV for us. It's good. We love it. I think that it could easily just hide behind and not say anything. It's like, oh, Oscar's a bit boring. All right, now I like the fact that he says stuff, and you know what, he takes it back. But hey, he takes it back. But I like the fact that he's showing emotion as a human being and saying stuff, rather than a guy that would just kind of hold up and be quiet and not say anything.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that
it's good sound bites. It's good. It sells his company. Helps his brand.
So what is Oscar doing? So does Oscar want to work with Mayweather, or he doesn't want to work with Mayweather? Is he friends with him? Or he don't want to be friends with him? Is he good? Is he bad? That article he done was pretty harsh.
They've had. Come on, let's be honest. They've been going back and forth since
for years,
even before they fought.
For years, yeah.
And Floyd has said some horrible stuff about Oscar. They both just gone back and forth, but you know what they've both done? They've both done business and made
millions.
Keep going. Do you know what I mean? Hundreds and hundreds of millions. So there's probably a bit of love and hate there. So he probably does sometimes hate him, and then sometimes love him, thinking, well, you made me a lot of money as well. So I can understand where it goes back and forth. Nothing wrong with that, you know.
No, I just think that if you say something, you just stick to your guns. Just a quick one. Back to your bloody MMA people. Floyd said he will help Ronda Rousey with boxing. After obviously Floyd and Ronda's beef over the past year, 18 months, do you think it's a genuine request from Floyd, or do you think he's saying it as a dig, discreetly? To say the girl that said she'll beat you, the girl that said, oh, she'll do this and that, well, come work under me, come under my wing.
No, I actually think it's a genuine thing. And let's be honest, Floyd Mayweather would like nothing more than for Ronda Rousey to train under him in boxing and wear a TMT hat. It would be the biggest. I mean, for all the ones they've got in that camp, Jalen Love, Badu Jack. Imagine Ronda Rousey under Floyd. How much that helps that brand. So I think it's a genuine thing. Don't get me wrong, it's a bit of dick. You're right, but I think it's a genuine offer of Ronda Rousey. Imagine what that does for TV. Ronda Rousey, this UFC dominant woman, is now being trained by the best ever. It's huge. You know what I mean? So I think it sells huge amounts. So I think it's a genuine offer. Genuine, and she needs it. She needs boxing training badly. So if anyone can help her, it's that team. I mean, she might like that. Two massive egos. I mean, you'd watch that. You'd tune in just to watch that. I would. Ronda Rousey being doing a bit of fucking bad work with Floyd. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. I'd love it.
Good point. Let's go with this week, the Quigg Frampton press conference. This fight was always going to be interesting. It was always going to be good.
Yes.
two sides of the coin.
Yes.
I'm on one side, you're on the other side. Fans are split either way, whatever you cut.
Which always makes a great fight.
It always makes a great fight. But this week's press conferences has made it actually even more for me. There is a genuine dislike between Quigg and Frampton, and they're amicable prior because they were obviously talking. Now the fight is signed, you can see the fire coming out. If you look at Frampton or Quigg's face when they're talking or when they're looking at each other now, there's disgust.
Disdain.
Disdain, yeah. When Frampton was talking at one point, Quigg was looking like, what this guy? You see, actually, he's physically agitated, yeah, and basically had to be pulled apart in Belfast this week.
I think it was Belfast,
yeah. I ran the press conferences. I'm already saying this right now, and it's not in 2016. And the fight's only going to be in February. We've got another 2 months after that fight. This fight could potentially be fight of the year. Because they both want to hurt. They're both going for the stoppage, and I believe them both. If you look at their performances recently, this is a fight that is going to be highly explosive. And before it was like, I can't wait for this fight, now I'm literally itching. Once Klitschko Fury is over next week, this is the only fight I'm thinking about.
I'm thinking about Joshua White, but good point. It's not just the case of they have disdain for each other. McGuigan hates Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
No, not just Eddie Hearn. He hates
Eddie Hearn as well.
Gallagher. Shane McGuigan hates Eddie Hearn.
Oh.
They hate them.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone on that camp disliked everyone on that camp. Like beyond more than the norm.
Yeah.
And I saw a good interview with Uni for Behind the Gloves. Very good interview. And they asked him the question. Well, he asked a question. He just said, I don't really hate. I'm not going to try and do an Irish accent. He said, I don't really hate Quigg because look, they know each other. He said, but I kid you not, I really dislike Gallagher. And the way he said it was just so. He said, I don't want to talk about him. I just dislike Gallagher. And look, a lot of people dislike Gallagher. You know, it's one of those things. You either love him or hate him. It seems.
The interview I saw, what I liked as well was with Eddie Hearn.
Oh,
with Eddie Hearn.
Who interviewed him? I felt.
Yeah, I felt. And Eddie says something on the lines of like McGregor's don't like me. They said we had a falling out like 2-3 years ago, but like this is boxing, this is business. Like I did so much deals with, I've moved on and forgot about that. Still, they're still carrying it on. But then when he said that, he had a little glimmer in his eye, like he was taking a little dig at them at the same time, saying they don't like me, but I've moved on, trying to make them seem bad. And notice the way you say something and the way you carry it, where it has like a secondary meaning. It's just bad blood.
Packet. And like you say, it's in February. I'm super excited, super pumped. It's 50-50 split now. In terms of audience, in terms of what they want. Not for me. No. I think Frampton smashes him.
I think
Frampton smashes him.
Frampton smashes Quigg.
Okay.
Oh, come on, bro.
I think Frampton absolutely puts the schooling on him.
No way. Frampton will be up on points, yeah, and then Quigg will come back.
Mistake Meg.
Guaranteed.
Mistake Meg.
Yeah. All right then. Let's move forward before we get into another one.
But we're going to get into one, you know. I am so Frampton in this fight. It's scary.
Don't start. Why are you carrying on for?
I'm so Frampton.
Guys, when we do this preview video, you don't want to miss this video, yeah? 'Cause I'm going to shut this one down today.
Impossible.
I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to shut you down on this one, brother.
Impossible.
Yeah. Let's stick with the McGuigan camp for now. David Haye is now training with Shane McGuigan. Rumour has it that there's a press conference on Tuesday. No, not rumour. There is a press conference on Tuesday at the O2. And David Haye is back officially.
Yeah. Yes.
There's been a rumoured opponent. Can Shane McGuigan do something with Haye? Let's be honest. Haye is a athletic boxer puncher, more of a puncher. Been inactive for 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
Cut eye, shoulder surgery, 35 years old. It's a big ask.
Yes and no. He's 35 years old, but he's an athletic guy. He's not one of those fighters. I mean, maybe that's because of his vanity, but he's not one of those fighters that go up to like 16, 17 stone and look out of shape.
He's a guy who goes down.
Exactly. He always looks in good shape. And I don't know if it's a case of can Shane McGuigan do anything. I just think is at that age, I'm not going to say it's Hopkins like Nazim Richardson, but you almost don't need a trainer. I think you just need someone to motivate you a bit. And I think it's a fresh camp, it's a young camp, and I think maybe it needs that freshness.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a bad thing. I said exactly what you said, 35 years old, been out the ring for 3.5 years, 2 big surgeries.
Yeah.
But he probably looks at the division and thinks, wait, Klitschko's still there.
Yeah.
And I think he looks at, David A's smart, he looks at a couple of big paydays. One will be possibly Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Joshua will be a huge one, and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
And that's David Haye. He's not looking at trying to stay in the sport for 10 years. He's looking at 2 or 3 big money fights, and he'll get them. He'll get them because he's David Haye.
If boxing goes the way we think it's going to go, while Vladimir beats Fury, Joshua carries on his development.
Yeah.
Beats White.
Yeah.
And Vladimir will retire shortly. That'll leave 3 belts vacant.
Yes. See, there you go.
If David Haye puts him in a good position with 1 or 2 fights, he gets a title shot, vacant title shot quite easily.
Yeah, David Haye's still, as much as Joshua's massive and Fury's big, David Haye's still a bigger name than all of them. Still a bigger name than all of them.
Yeah.
Even Joshua, he's still a bigger name than all of them. I mean, David Haye fights Joshua. I said it to someone the other day on Twitter. I said, David Haye announces he's fighting Joshua tomorrow.
Yeah.
It sells at Wembley tomorrow on spot.
Also, what David Haye could do? He could fight Joseph Parker and get like 7 belts.
Get 7 belts.
7 belts at one time. Another thing as well, I would say with David Haye, and he's coming back at heavyweight, I assume. But Tony Bale was asked for him at cruiserweight. Is David Haye's first fight going to be at heavyweight? I think he'll be back. I think he'll come back as heavyweight to fight for the big guys. But initially, like I said, he hasn't looked as big as previous. David Haye at his best at heavyweight was what? 210?
Yeah, 15 stone 4, 15
if that, 15-2. Know what I mean? Not really a big heavyweight. Know what I mean? I think at his age, he should fight where his body's comfortable.
At his age, though, to be fair,
Yeah.
I know you're saying 15 stone, but at 35, to try and lose a stone to go back to cruiser is super difficult at 35.
In the picture, in the video you see, do you think he looked 15 stone?
Yeah, he looks a bit chubbier. He didn't look as trim and ripped as he normally is. I just feel like he said he was struggling to make that weight at 27.
Yeah.
At 35, you ain't making that weight. We know this.
Yeah.
You ain't making that weight. Me and Ryan were doing posts there just saying, oh, we need to drop a bit of fat.
Yeah.
That shit is hard to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At 35, good luck. I just feel like he's got his plan. And by the way, Tony Bellew versus David Haye.
Yeah.
If David Haye could get down to cruiserweight, that fight ain't lasting 2 rounds.
No, who lasts more than that?
He will annihilate him.
Yeah,
the same way he done to Enzo Maccarinelli. Soon as he lands that first bomb, it is game over.
No, give Tony Bellew.
Annihilation.
Okay.
Devastation. Trying to think of another. I'm trying to think of another shin.
Alright then. Anthony Joshua signs a long-term deal with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
3-year deal.
Yes.
Also opens his own management company.
Oh, well done. I like that. I like people forward thinking.
Yeah, forward thinking. But what it said in the statement, which I thought was quite interesting, it said that Anthony Joshua signs an exclusive deal with Eddie Hearns. Does exclusive mean no Al Heyman?
110%.
Is it in the contract written down?
100%.
You normally you say signs a deal, and a deal means obviously you're signed to that person. Having the word and saying exclusive means like ironclad.
You understand that? So all these big names he's got, so Luke Campbell and James, they were all signed to contracts prior to this big Al Heyman.
Yeah.
So it's almost like that didn't even need to be in the contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you've got to put in the contract. You can't do cross promotion with Al Heyman. You're exclusively our fight. And look, Joshua's already the biggest star matchup, so I can understand why he would do that.
And having his own management company, which he's going to run on his, but not run, obviously to protect his interests. That kind of circumvents as well. Maybe I think that's the thing going forward now. I think if you're signing a new deal, you're going to have to put more in the package now to secure your talent without getting an outside party.
And to be fair though, in terms of heavyweight boxing, I don't think the lure is to go to American fight anyway. Minus Deontay Wilder, who's there?
Ain't gonna fight no one. So
exactly, no, but who's there? Do you know what I mean? I think you can just build. It's not like any other fight. I don't think you need to build them in the States, Anthony Joshua.
No.
You can be Anthony Joshua can be a superstar over here and make millions, and not even have to go to America and chase this Madison Square Garden or thing. O2 Arena seems to be his home right now, and he sells that out. That's 20,000, whatever it is. You don't need to go to Las Vegas. You don't need to.
No, for sure. All right then, let's go with John Pascal now training with Freddie Roach for the Kovalev rematch on late January.
Yeah.
I think before I was not interested in the fight. I thought Kovalev was going to do it again. But training with Freddie Roach has given me a little bit more interest in the fight. Freddie Roach is an aggressive trainer. Does like his guys to throw combinations and actually push the fight. Pascal is more of a counter puncher and that's to fight at a slow to medium pace. Having Freddie Roach and making him trying to trade, I think makes it an entertaining fight.
Means nothing to me.
I think he still gets stopped.
No, I mean it means nothing. I mean he could say he's training with me, or you know, I mean it means absolutely nothing. I think Freddie Roach is now is almost become a Hollywood trainer now. I'm not trying to say I think he's past his best as a trainer. I'll be honest with you. I mean I've watched him on the pads with Pacquiao and Mayweather. because of his condition, it's getting worse in terms of what he can do.
He's giving you.
He's more of a thinker, a talker rather than a trainer, and I feel like
you do the insight and the game plan.
Yeah, and I don't know. No disrespect to Jean Pascal. I don't know. When's the fight? January, February?
January.
I don't think. I don't think 8 weeks with Pascal is enough to implement a plan to stop to get anywhere near the Kovalev.
I honestly think I mean it's the utmost respect to Freddie Roach and people with Parkinson's disease. So don't get me wrong. I think when you see the highlight videos, that's what Freddie does for the TV. I don't think actually in the day-to-day gym
he can't
he's doing that stuff. And I'm trying to say
he can't be the person.
Like, he should be taking on the body bag all those shots. I think that's strictly for show.
Yeah, because they even said even for the Pacquiao fights. Pacquiao used to do a lot of his training in the Philippines with his guy there.
Yeah, Boo Boy.
Boo Boy, yeah. And then he used to come to kind of Roach for almost the tactical stuff. And I just feel like it doesn't mean anything to be honest anymore. As a top level trainer, he's more there for sound bites and for little 24/7 bits.
Yeah. Austin Trout sues the WBO.
Very happy you mentioned this. I was going to go into this one. Because Frank Warren has sued him back.
He threatened to sue him back. Yeah.
He threatened to sue us.
Yeah.
You guys might not know this. He threatened to sue us as well. Did they know this? I don't think they mentioned it. We got threatened to be sued by Frank Warren as well.
They don't know the stuff we have to go through sometimes for some of the stuff we say.
Yeah. So basically, long story short here, guys, what's clearly happened is so Liam Smith was supposed to fight the guy ranked next in terms of the rankings. That was Austin Trout. So Austin Trout versus Liam Smith, you guys know it's a bloody hard fight for Liam Smith to win, regardless, a tough fight. Austin Trout miraculously got removed because of inactivity from the rankings. He complained, but after it was too late. They've already picked the guy that Liam Smith fought.
He was at the rankings for like literally a month.
Yeah, he's at the rankings for a month. He complained about it. It's like, how have you removed him from the rankings? They just said, well, yeah, you're correct, Austin Trout. We shouldn't have removed you. But by then it was too late. And Liam Smith then went on to fight who the guy he fought. I can't remember his name was now. Thompson?
Yeah.
Something like Thompson.
Yeah, John Thompson.
Where it really should have been Austin Trout. Austin Trout is suing them. And I think it's mentioned Frank Warren to the point. And Frank Warren said, I will sue you.
Austin Trout said that you took a financial incentive from Frank Warren in his statement, and then Frank Warren saying that that's not true, and if you repeat that statement out of the public, out into the public, and not in the, if you repeat that statement in the courtroom, it's fine. If you repeat it again to the press, I will sue you. You know what I mean? Okay,
who do you believe?
We're gonna get sued again.
I have no money.
Alright then.
You sued me for what?
That's a line from Rocky 5. What do you think about the Austin Trout WBO situation? Do you think?
What do you mean? So you don't want to get sued? You want me to
No. I'll tell you my thing. Like I said, I'm not saying it happened because I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. Because let's be fair, like I said, this is boxing. It is business. It's about marketing your person, and this is what I said earlier on. You will do what you have to get there because the bodies are corrupt. So I can't say he did. I don't see the contrast. I didn't see all these bits and bobs. So I don't know if he did it. But I said chances are it happened.
Chances are it happened, and chances are boxing is the most corrupt sport in the land.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's the most. I mean, you could not get a more corrupt sport than boxing. So, in knowing how corrupt boxing is and how much I believe shit happens, it happened.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to say Frank paid him. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it could happen. Frank still does press passes.
Just last bit for me. Richard Schaefer.
Last bit. We're gonna talk about Amir Khan. No, go on. Richard Schaefer.
Richard Schaefer feels he's ready to return to boxing.
Why is he taking so long for this hiatus anyway?
So he basically when he had his arbitration with Golden Boy, he had a no compete clause, which means he couldn't get involved in boxing for a period of time.
Okay, fair enough.
That ended in August. Obviously, he was out for such a period of time, so he started going to events and little bits and bobs in the past couple of months, and now he feels the buzz for boxing. The point I'm making is now, and this goes back again to PBC. This week's all been about PBC and all about sanctioning bodies. If Schaefer comes back with PBC, knowing his history with Golden Boy, knowing their business more than how they work, knowing their infrastructure, how damaging is it for boxing, for Golden Boy and Top Rank if Schaefer joins PBC?
Can I be very honest with you? I don't think it's damaging at all. And the reason I don't think it's damaging at all is because I don't necessarily think that PBC need Schaefer. It's not. I think they needed him when he first done that Golden Boy and PBC were just about to start this channel, get the big fight.
Yeah.
They're on now. They're okay.
Yeah.
It's moving. It's rolling at a nice rate. Golden Boy, let's be honest, dying.
Yeah.
Top Rank died.
Yeah.
And Kathy Doob is hanging on by her bloody coattails.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it kills them or hurts them because I think they're already kind of dying anyway.
What PBC doesn't have right now is a face. Yeah?
Yeah, Al Hammond don't. Yeah,
Exactly.
Very good.
Schaefer,
very good point.
Schaefer is a face.
That's a very good point.
And he's got that speaking voice.
Yeah.
He picks his words carefully.
Awful voice.
No, don't.
Swiss banker
Yes,
voice.
yeah. It's a slimy voice.
Yeah.
But the problem is, he knows how to put himself in positions.
I agree.
Yeah. PBC is missing that. Yeah.
I'm missing a face. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I know you said that. I know you said that.
Teddy Atlas.
I think right now, I think it's a very, very strong power play if Al picks him up. Then that's it from me from the news. You want to talk about Amir Khan? What are you talking about Amir Khan?
No, because we got the tweet this week saying that now Bob Arum's definitely looking at Pacquiao Crawford.
Yeah.
And someone did tweet and say Amir Khan. What was it? Nicholas Hayden?
Yeah.
I think it was Nicholas Hayden.
Yeah.
Hayden?
Yeah.
Tweeted and said, to be fair, Amir Khan has been chasing legacy fights and hasn't built his own legacy in the last 2.5 years.
And I responded to him.
We said exactly the same thing, by the way. I didn't even see your response, and I said, that is all. And I think we said similar things. How good a tweet was that he done?
Yeah, no, really great tweet. Great tweet.
Great tweet.
No, Joe, we get some. Our Twitter followers. You guys know your stuff, man.
They know their shit. I'll be honest with you. I can't even name them. Joe Stunner. Joe Stunner.
Yeah. Joe Stunner on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Amir Khan, I feel sorry for Amir Khan in a sense, whereas I understand what he's doing. I understand that he wants to bring himself, but he's been chasing for so long for other people. He's look at himself. At one point in boxing, Amir Khan had one of the best hit lists.
Yeah.
Yeah? And that hit list has dropped down over the past 2 years, 3 years, because he's chasing Floyd and Pacquiao and everything else. And again, we talk about Andre Ward, sooner or later, the ship's going to sail. Know what I mean? You ain't going to stay at your physical peak forever. Yeah? And I won't say Khan's lost 2 years because obviously he has been fighting, he's not been inactive, but his focus should be on himself. Yeah? When the more he talks about other people, he's getting other people the hype. He's not getting himself the hype.
Yes, and that. I also believe though, even if I don't mind you chasing a big fight. I mean, I remember the way Floyd chased Oscar, and it was ridiculous. And I thought, okay, he got that. He got that big fight. He chased him, but then after that, he built his legacy to the point where even while we're waiting for the Pacquiao fight, we still have big fights. We had Mosley, we had Canelo. So you can still have big fights in between. And I feel like Khan's got to realise, yes, you want the Pacquiao fight, yes, you want the Mayweather fight, but you can still have bloody big fights in between to cement that legacy. So when we do get the Mayweather fight, it's like, oh my God, this is it. This is the one I've been waiting for. Right now, even if it gets the Pacquiao fight, it's not a big fight. It's not a big fight. Danny Garcia rematch is a big fight. Cal Brook fight's a big fight. Sean Porter, Furman, these are big fights.
Khan's pairs today are Cal Brook, Sean Porter, Keith Furman, Timothy Bradley. If he wants legendary status, fight those guys now, and then in those few years' time, people will be talking about you, hopefully, the way you want them to talk again.
Yeah, let's not forget, when Pacquiao was Carnage, we were talking about Barrera. He had the Marquez Wars, Morales Wars. Those were his peers, and he fought them, and it's escalated them to a level like superstardom. Do you know what I mean? You got to have those fights. Pacquiao, is there any fights next week?
Next week, we've got the big one, the big boys. Klitschko Fury, can't wait. My house is going to be on. Cannot wait for this fight. Unbelievable, can't wait for this fight. And the same night we got James DeGale versus Lucien Boutte, coming from Canada.
I think Fury generally feels, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to beat you. I can't wait for it. I am so pumped for this fight. It's scary. You know what I mean? This is it, boy.
This is it. Yeah, for real. Alright guys,
another hour episode. Boy, sorry, loads of fights. What can we do? Loads of chat, loads of talk. Guys, leave your comments below. We respond. We respond to your comments.
Trying to.
Unless you're a G-Town killer, don't leave a comment below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Numbers are growing, so thanks everyone, all our subscribers. Tweet us on our Twitter at Boxtalk UK. We'll get back to you on there as well. Instagram, we don't really use it as much, but we'll try. We're so busy. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching another edition of This Week in Boxing. Cheers.